When your parents signed the birth certificate after you were born, because you were born free, you were not a U.S. citizen. You are not a resident of the state. You are nothing. So you weren't born as any of that. When your parents signed the birth certificate, they signed you over to them to turn you into a U.S. citizen and then claim you to be a resident of the state that you live in, the state of, whatever the name of a state is you're in or you're born in. They're claiming you to be a U.S. citizen. And so they created the trust, which is the all caps name. You can look this up. Is the all caps name a trust? The birth certificate is the birth certificate a trust with an all caps name. And that right there is how they have you in their jurisdiction. You're in their jurisdiction because of that birth certificate and the social security number they attached to you after that birth certificate was filed. So, all of that, and then they send all that to your parents. So that way they would have that for you, birth certificate and all that. Birth certificate's a fraud. And the social security number, well, since it ain't secure, they don't make sure that your security number is secure. It's a fraud. It's unsecure. People can get it and use it. They have no way of keeping it secure, so it's a fraud. It's unconstitutional. The Constitution does not state or delegate them the authority to be able to create things like this. The state's in there. Anything not placed into the Constitution is not to be created and then enforced. Anything that's not in the Constitution is null and void. Gun laws, they're null and void. It's not in the Constitution that states that they can create gun laws. Drug laws. All this other stuff outside of the Constitutions. You can read them and you can say, well, all this other stuff ain't part of it. Hundreds of thousands of laws. How are we supposed to know all them and then abide by them all? And then they're adding more laws, thousands of laws every year. Numbers of laws going up. That's what enslavement is under law, man's laws. But they're called codes and acts and statutes and regulations and policies and rules and ordinances and edicts and mandates. Well, if they got to call them all of that, and then say that they are law, they're not the law. You choose to believe them that it is. But their stuff don't state that it is a law. It's the law. And it is to be enforced as law. But yeah, you're under their jurisdiction because you use the social security number. And you accept being claimed as the all caps name. The trust. You're the trustee. They turned you into the trustee. You're no longer the beneficiary. As a commoner of the land under common laws for the commoner. They got you as a citizen, a civilian, a person. I don't even think the word people is right to be used. We're commoners. As a group of commoner, as a group, each individual commoner, all together as commoners. Oh, hey there, commoner. Oh, that's what I am. That's who I am. I'm a commoner of the land. I'm not a person of the sea, because we don't live in one spot in the sea. You're going to end up being moved around because of the weather too. On land, you're in one spot on property, dwelling on it. So we're commoners of the land, under law of the land, which is common law. If we don't claim ourselves as this and stop allowing them, I do not consent to you putting any label that you have upon me. I am not what you want me to believe I am. And I'm not what you want to believe I am to be. This is what I am or who I am. I'm a commoner. I don't have a name to give you. Because the name that they got is not your name. The state created it. The United States government or federal corporation actually did create that with Israel. And it's to put you in their jurisdiction as one of them, or as being owned by them. They own you and all your possessions once you start using that all caps or all caps name after with the Social Security number, because it comes with the Social Security number. Look on your Social Security card, all caps name. Not written normally. And we're not supposed to be using any capital letters. As I stated once, UCC 1-201 states what the all caps was created for. And they'll probably tell you other stuff in it that I just haven't read. Because it talks about the all caps name and other stuff under UCC 1-201. That all goes together with the all caps name. Talks about black ink. Why they want you to only use black ink in all their federal buildings. Except for the banks. You can use black or blue. They do allow people to use blue. But the only way out of it is to revoke, put in your resignation to not having that. And yeah, you won't get any benefits. Medicare, Medicaid, all that stuff. So right now, if you're healthy and you're getting yourself healthier and you're eating right and you're not on any prescription drugs, if you're even up in age, you can get out of it. As long as you keep eating right and just staying healthy, you'll be fine. And I'm not a health expert. That's just my opinion. I'm not a doctor. I'm not some sort of physician. That's just what I'm learning. It's what I have learned. Because I'm not on any prescription drugs. The amount of processed food, candies, cupcakes, all that stuff, hot dogs, bologna, some odd reason it never really affected me. So I'm not on prescription drugs. And then, it did affect me in a way where I was getting to where I was more unhealthy and get more sluggish, couldn't work like I used to. I'm starting to get back to where I can actually work. Physical, hard labor. And lifting stuff and still have energy to keep going instead of getting all out of breath, back all hurting, and just, I just can't work no more. I'm going to have to, now I can do more again. The only things I'll take is if I get a headache, I'll take some Aleve, a couple of pills, that's it. That's the only drugs I take. No matter what, there is an actual chemical drug. It's not natural. I take natural stuff, and I've been doing great. Now, there's a lot of them you'll buy from the health store. You actually have to take a bunch of them to get the effect that you want, because they're diluted because of how to keep from going up on their price. Then when they have to, they go up on their price. Then they'll dilute it more the next time, or they'll dilute it more another time. Then they may have to raise their price. Because I've noticed that. Some of them I had to take a bunch for it to get the effect that I needed. So, but the Social Security number, we get rid of that. We're free. The police will have no more jurisdiction over us. We don't have to have plates and all that. We could actually travel. That's how they got you, and you can't travel. You can't do nothing. And you don't use their fiat money. When you start doing stuff like handyman work or whatever you know how to do, if you're planting stuff and raising like chickens and chicks for sale, eggs for sale, and you're making money, and you can do other stuff on the side to make money, trade that stuff. Well, you trade it or you sell it for gold or silver or other stuff. You never use their fiat money, because come to find out, if you use their fiat money, you're still under their jurisdiction. You got their money in your hand. And if you're not, I believe, if you're using or not, and you're not money, or you're addiction. Look up U.S. code 666. Look it up. Just go Google it and read it. Y'all take care. Bye.